All right, so are you ready to unlock your potential?
I think so.
Because today, we're taking a deep dive into impact theory.
Ooh, exciting.
You probably already know it as a popular podcast, a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
But what we're going to do today is extract the core principles
Okay.
and see how they can actually apply to your life.
I like it already.
So to jump right in,
Yeah, let's do it.
it's interesting because impact theory goes beyond just your typical motivation.
Oh, really? How so?
It blends interviews with some seriously impressive people.
Okay, like who are we talking?
We're talking David Goggins, Mel Robbins, Simon Sinek,
Oh, wow, those are some big names.
with actionable advice and even philosophical discussions.
Interesting. So it's not just like rah-rah motivation.
No, it's not just like a pep talk.
Okay, that makes sense because I think a lot of people are tired of just the hype.
Yeah, they want something real,
Yeah.
something they can use.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to explore today.
I'm all ears.
So one thing that really stands out about impact theory is who's behind it all.
All right, who is the mastermind?
It's Tom Bilyeu.
Okay, yeah, I know the name.
And he's not just some talking head.
What else does he do?
He also co-founded Quest Nutrition.
Oh, wow, so he's actually built a successful business.
Exactly. He's not just preaching. He's actually done it.
That definitely adds a lot of credibility.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
walking the walk.
So it's not just theory for him.
Right. He's got the real world experience to back it up.
So with all that said,
Yeah, let's get into the good stuff.
what's one of the biggest things you take away from impact theory?
I would say the emphasis on mindset is huge.
Okay, mindset. How so?
They really hammer home the power of a growth mindset.
Right. I've heard that term, but I don't fully get it.
It's the belief that you can constantly learn and evolve.
Oh, I see. So it's not about being fixed.
No, it's about always being able to improve.
Okay, so like you're not stuck with whatever limitations you think you have.
Exactly. Impact theory is like, nope, you could break free from those and achieve anything.
That's a powerful message.
It is, and they bring in some amazing guests to really drive this point home.
Oh, like who?
Well, you mentioned Mel Robbins earlier.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
She's one of their most popular guests.
What does she talk about?
It's a really cool concept called the 5-second rule.
The 5-second rule. I've never heard of that.
It's for overcoming procrastination.
We could all use some help with that.
Seriously.
So tell me, how does this rule work?
Okay, so the idea is if you have an instinct to act on a goal,
Mm-hmm.
you have to physically move within 5 seconds.
Like right away.
Or your brain will kill the idea.
Oh, wow. So it's like tricking your mind into action.
Exactly. And that's pure growth mindset in action.
I like it. So it's about recognizing that you have the power to change your thoughts and behaviors.
Right. You're not a prisoner to your old patterns.
I can definitely see how that could apply to so many areas of life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of taking action, impact theory also digs into entrepreneurship.
Oh, that's interesting because Tom Bilyeu has that background.
Yeah, with his experience, he offers some seriously insightful advice on turning ideas into reality.
So it's not just about dreaming big.
No, he gets into the nitty-gritty of strategy discipline, the hustle it takes to make it happen.
I bet that's really valuable for aspiring entrepreneurs.
It is, and he talks about this idea of identifying your ideal customer.
Oh, okay. So not trying to be everything to everyone.
Right, he calls this finding your 1,000 true fans.
1,000 true fans. What's that?
It's about those people who will be your most passionate supporters and help your business thrive.
I see. So it's about focusing your energy on those who really resonate with what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's easy to fall into that trap of trying to appeal to everyone.
Yeah, you want to please everyone.
But as Bilyeu points out, it's so much more effective to find your niche and connect with them deeply.
And that ties back to purpose, right?
Yes, exactly. Finding your why is another big theme in impact theory.
Oh, yeah. I've heard him talk about that.
It's not just about what you do, but why you do it.
Okay, so living with intention and making choices align with your values.
Exactly, and it's not some vague feel-good concept.
How do they make it practical?
Impact theory actually provides frameworks and tools to help you figure out your why.
Interesting. So you can actually use this in your life.
Absolutely. It becomes a guiding principle for your decisions and actions.
That's really powerful.
Yeah, it's about connecting with what truly matters to you.
I think a lot of people struggle with that.
Oh, definitely. But impact theory gives you a roadmap to figure it out.
I like that they offer a way to navigate those bigger questions.
And they bring in all these different philosophies and perspectives.
That's not one size fits all.
Right? They give you different tools to experiment with and see what works for you.
That's a great approach because everyone's different.
Exactly. They're all about empowering you to find your own path.
So it's not just about finding your purpose in a vacuum.
Right. They also emphasize connection and community.
Oh, that's important.
They talk about the power of relationships.
Yeah. How surrounding yourself with the right people can make a huge difference.
Absolutely, and they've had some great guests on this topic.
Anyone in particular stand out?
Well, they had Brene Brown on the show.
Oh, I love her work.
She talks about the importance of vulnerability and authentic connection.
Yeah, that's so key for building meaningful relationships.
And it's not just about personal relationships either.
What else?
They also explore building a strong network in your professional life.
That makes sense. You need support in both areas.
They highlight mentorship collaboration surrounding yourself with people who inspire you.
Yeah, like a community that pushes you to grow.
And that brings us to another key theme, health.
Oh, yeah, taking care of yourself.
They have a holistic approach, recognizing that physical and mental health are connected.
Right, you can't just focus on one or the other.
And Tom Bilyeu's background in health and wellness really adds weight to this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's not just talking the talk, he's actually lived it.
So it's coming from a place of experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He shared his own journey with fitness, nutrition, mental well-being.
And I bet he brings in other experts to share their insights, too.
Oh, absolutely. They have a whole range of guests who offer practical advice on these topics.
Do you remember any specific episodes that stood out to you?
There was one on the importance of sleep.
Oh, yeah. Sleep is so crucial.
And they didn't just say get more sleep, they dug into the science behind it.
So, like, how sleep impacts your performance.
Exactly. They talked about how it affects everything from your physical health to your decision-making.
That's fascinating.
And they didn't stop there. They actually gave tips on improving sleep quality.
Oh, cool. Like what?
Things like establishing a consistent sleep schedule, creating a relaxing bedtime routine.
Okay, so practical things you can actually do.
Exactly, and optimizing your sleep environment, making sure it's dark and quiet.
Yeah, all those little things add up.
Right, and that's a perfect example of how impact theory goes beyond just surface-level advice.
So it's not just about getting inspired, it's about taking action.
Exactly. They give you the tools to actually implement what they're talking about.
That's what makes it so empowering.
Because it's not enough to just know these things.
You have to put them into practice.
And that's what we're going to explore next.
Okay, I'm ready for more.
Let's dive even deeper into how to apply these principles.
Let's do it. I'm excited to see where this goes.
All right, so let's get started with part 2 of our deep dive into impact theory.
I'm ready when you are. You know, this idea of empowerment,
Yeah.
it really ties into another major theme we see in impact theory.
Okay, what's that?
Leadership.
Leadership, okay.
Yeah, and they don't just focus on like business leadership,
Right.
but leadership in like all parts of your life.
Interesting. Okay, so like relationships, community.
Exactly, even in how you lead yourself.
Well, I like that.
It's like they're saying you don't have to be the CEO to be a leader.
Yeah, you can be a leader in your own life.
Exactly, you can lead by example by inspiring others.
By making a difference in your own way.
Right.
I like that.
One of the most compelling episodes they did on leadership actually featured Simon Sinek.
Oh, yeah, we talked about him earlier.
He talks about the power of why in leadership.
Okay, so it's not just about telling people what to do.
No, it's about inspiring them.
With a sense of purpose.
Right, giving them a reason to believe in what they're doing.
That's huge.
Yeah.
You know, that episode really got me thinking.
Oh, yeah. In what way?
It made me realize that leadership isn't about having all the answers.
That's interesting.
It's more about asking the right questions.
Oh, I see.
And then empowering others to find their own answers.
Okay, so you're creating a shared vision.
Exactly, one that everyone can get behind.
That makes a lot of sense.
And they even go deeper than that.
Oh, really? So where do they go from there?
They explore concepts like emotional intelligence.
Okay, so like being in tune with your own emotions and others' emotions.
Exactly. And they talk about the importance of empathy in leadership.
Oh, so it's not just about being tough or assertive.
Right. It's about understanding and connecting with people on a deeper level.
That makes you a much more effective leader.
For sure. And I think that's one of the things that makes impact theory so unique.
What do you mean?
They challenge these traditional notions of leadership and success.
Oh, yeah, like those old school ideas?
Yeah. And they show you that you can be both strong and compassionate.
You can be ambitious and empathetic.
Right. You don't have to choose one or the other.
And they also talk a lot about communication.
Oh, yeah. That's crucial for leadership.
It's not just about what you say, but how you say it.
Exactly. They had Dr. Jordan Peterson on the show.
Oh, yeah, he's an interesting guy.
He breaks down the nuances of language and how to communicate effectively.
Oh, so like depending on the situation.
Right. And I remember one episode where they talked about storytelling.
Storytelling, how does that fit in?
They talked about its power in communication.
Oh, okay. So it's not just about conveying information.
Right. It's about connecting with people emotionally, making them feel something.
Yeah, like inspiring them to take action.
Exactly. And that really gets to the heart of what impact theory is all about.
What's that?
Creating an impact.
Okay, so it's not just about consuming information.
It's about using that information to make a difference.
To make a difference in your own life and the world around you.
Exactly. So let's bring this back to our listener.
Okay, let's do that.
What's one area of your life where you could use a little impact theory thinking?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like think about where you feel stuck.
Where you want to grow or where you want to make a change.
What principles from impact theory resonate with you?
Right, like what really speaks to you?
Is it the growth mindset?
Maybe it's the focus on finding your why.
Or maybe it's the importance of leadership and emotional intelligence.
And remember, it's not about being perfect or having it all figured out.
It's about continuous improvement, right?
Yeah, it's about taking small steps each day.
To move closer to your goal.
That's where the magic happens.
When you start applying these principles, even in small ways,
You start to see a ripple effect.
it touches all areas of your life.
It's pretty amazing.
You start seeing challenges as opportunities.
You become more resilient.
You find more joy and fulfillment in your life,
And you actually start to see your impact.
not just on yourself, but on others.
It's like your growth inspires others to grow.
Yeah, and your actions create positive change.
That's a powerful thought.
And you know what I really like about impact theory?
What's that?
It's not just telling you to do all these things.
Right.
It's actually giving you the tools to make it happen.
Oh, yeah, like actionable steps.
Exactly.
Not just like vague ideas.
It's not just motivation fluff.
They give you real strategies, frameworks, even
And
exercises.
you can actually use them in your life.
So it's about putting it all into practice.
Exactly. So let's get down to it.
Okay, I'm ready.
What's one tiny step you can take today?
Today.
Yeah, to start incorporating of these principles.
Oh, okay, so just a small action.
It doesn't have to be a massive life overhaul.
Right, start small.
Just one thing to get the ball rolling.
That's doable.
What could that be?
Well, maybe it's taking 5 minutes to be mindful. Or finally reaching out to that mentor you've been thinking about.
Those are great ideas.
Or maybe committing to reading one book a month.
Yeah, on personal growth or something.
Whatever feels doable right now.
Right. It's about those small, consistent actions.
That over time lead to big change.
Just like that 5-second rule.
Oh yeah, you don't wait for the perfect moment.
It's about taking action even when it feels scary.
Even when it's uncomfortable.
And impact theory acknowledges that it's not always easy.
Of course not.
They talk about being resilient,
Bouncing back from setbacks.
embracing those challenges as opportunities for growth.
That's so important.
And they had a guest who really embodies that,
Who was that?
David Goggins.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
He's all about pushing past your limits.
His story is pretty incredible.
He went from being overweight and depressed to a Navy SEAL
Wow.
and then an ultramarathon runner.
Talk about a transformation.
He's like the ultimate example of overcoming adversity.
And while most of us aren't trying to be Navy SEALs, his message is universal.
It's about that inner strength,
That grit,
the determination to keep going,
even when it's tough.
because that's where the real growth happens.
When you face those challenges head on,
When you push through the doubt and discomfort,
you discover what you're truly capable of,
and that's what impact theory is all about.
helping you reach your full potential.
And live a life that truly makes an impact.
Not just for yourself, but for the world.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with a question.
Okay, hit me.
What kind of impact do you want to make?
That's a big one.
What legacy do you want to leave behind?
What change do you want to see?
Let those questions guide you.
Let them fuel your actions.
And keep learning, keep growing.
Keep making an impact.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into impact theory.
It's been a great conversation.
We hope you got some insights and feel inspired to level up your life.
Yeah, take what you've learned and put it into action.
Keep pushing, keep striving.
And never stop believing in yourself.
You got this.